Test, test, test.
I can't hear myself. I can't hear myself
I
at
can
all.
hear you a little bit. No, actually nothing.
All right. I can't hear Brian either.
Test 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes,
I
got
can,
it.
I can hear
got
you
it.
too.
Got it. Got it. Got it. No.
No,
No.
I left them
Not
pretty
a
much where
thing.
they
Not
were.
a thing. No.
I'm
We're
still
live
talking,
here
yeah.
at Four Seasons Arena
Yep,
in Great
I'm still
Falls, a
talking
crowd of
too.
more than 45,000. Now I
Big
can't
house.
hear myself again.
I could never hear myself.
I can't hear myself.
I was
All right, we're good. We're good.
It's the game of the week. Brought to you by Quit Now Montana and My Life, My Quit. Pepsi, Mountain Dew, and Opportunity Bank.
We follow pizza drivers and make sure their customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey. Get off your... Citrus. Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
Montana, a place of rugged beauty, hardworking people, and endless opportunities. And for over 100 years, Opportunity Bank has been here. As a Montana bank with a legacy of stability and service, we understand what it takes to build a future in this place you call home. So if you're looking for a bank that's as Montana as you are, come to Opportunity Bank of Montana. Of Montana, by Montanans, since 1922. Member FDIC.
What I love about Rocky Mountain College would be the opportunities that are available for all of our kids, all of our students. And just recently, I was hired as the Director of Indian Education for Billings Public Schools. So community, to me, means we belong. Everyone belongs here. It could be every individual from any type of background. I think that's the biggest thing, is just that sense of belonging.
It's semifinal night. Rocky Erickson with Brian Crosby as Rocky Mountain College, the #1 seed in the women's tournament. They've won their last 4 games. Will take on the Skylights of MSU-Northern. And they pulled off an upset yesterday as they defeated Montana Tech 76-73 in that game. Brian, here's the question. You know, I asked Wes Keller this. They're coming off a bye. They did not play yesterday. They have to play a team that won a huge game yesterday. Who has the advantage?
Yeah, I would think momentum's a big thing, and you see sometimes, especially early on. I wouldn't be surprised if the first half this is kind of a really interesting, feel yourselves out sort of situation. And I think you plug that into the fact that these teams have played. This will be the fourth time they've played. This has been the theme of the entire tournament, and will be the entire tournament. Last time they played, there was some interesting tendencies, and I'm sure Coach Keller and his crew has done a good job of trying to figure out what they can do to beat those, because Northern made it an absolute dogfight.
Yesterday they had 4 players in double figures in their win against Tech. 14 points for Forner, 11 for Trottier, 19 for Bad Horse. And Cars came off the bench with 10. And they face a Rocky Mountain College team. There's 2 stats here that I just love. They have 4 starters from Montana high schools, Class C.
Yeah.
We're talking Class C. Sydney Deathman, who played at Floyd Lake, Gracie Leckvold, who played at Scobie, Paige Watson of Whitewater, she played at North Country, and 6'4" freshman Isabel Hagan from Winifred, and I was her graduation speaker last May.
It's rare to see, but not, I think that's Wes's theory, or Wes's philosophy is we're going to build around Montana kids, and I think the biggest thing is just getting that phone call, probably it was, from Sydney Deathman saying, hey, I'd like to come play for you, and that had to feel like Christmas. The fact that you get a 6'2" D1 drop down from Fresno State that is seasoned. It's not like she's a redshirt sophomore. She played 4 years and was very successful at Fresno State, and she shows up at Rocky, and it just makes you a lot better. And it goes from a team that was last year just scrappy and now to a real polished, great unit.
And Paige Washington's one of the very best freshmen in the state, no matter what classification. Here we go, folks. Rocky, 19-9 on the season. MSU-Northern, 13-16. Rocky won the previous 3 games when they've met this year. Take it down low. The 6'4" freshman. Hagen misses. Tom's on the rebound. And can the Skylights pull off their second upset in a row? Well, anything's possible, that's for sure. Forner kicks it out, and Bad Horse will put up an air ball. Now, how about this stat? The Rocky women, when they play away from home at a neutral court or a visiting site, the win-loss record is 14-2.
Yeah, well, you have older players that understand the gravity of the situation. So interesting, doing the same. Northern doing the same thing they did last time. Caitlin Forner face guarding Wasson.
Down low, that has been what West has wanted to do the last 2 possessions. The first 2 possessions, Sydney Deathman, the Fresno State transfer, and Rockies on the board for the first time in this game.
Well, and size is definitely an advantage for Rocky.
Another 3 by Bad Horse. This one will drop. She led her team with 19 yesterday. She has started every game this year from Lame Deer.
Well, and I think this is an interesting approach from Chris Mowat, basically saying that the true freshman from Whitewater is the person that we're going to take away. We're not worried. We're worried about other people, but we're going to make sure that she doesn't go off, and that just shows you how important she is as a true freshman.
Moran trying to get free, taken away. Long lead. There's Forner. Gracie on her. Boy, Forner could turn around and had it. Shot missed by Melcher. Long lead up to Gracie. They list Gracie at 5'5". She's more like about 5'2", and she's second on the team in rebounding, and that's one of the stats nobody's figured out. But boy, she is the heart and soul of this team. Moran drives. Moran is going to be fouled by Forner. Rocky averages 67 points a game. That is the best in the Frontier Conference. Yesterday was so physical, Brian. I mean, the women and the men. Gracie, the drive, and Gracie to the free throw line.
That's 3 quick fouls in the quarter, barely even 2 minutes in. It's interesting, you look at the makeup of Rocky's lineup. It's the first time we've seen them, starting 2 true freshmen. But I think you can balance that when you have 2 solid, great senior leaders in Leckvold and Dedham. that mix of youth and young really gives them a nice balance.
Gracie, an 83% free throw shooter. Of course, every coach's kid shoots well from the free throw line. And your son will too.
He better, yes, absolutely.
Rocky up, 7:50 left to be played. Down low, the foul is going to go against Deathman. Deathman's sister, Mackenzie, played 4 years at Rocky Mountain College. And the free throw line will be Bad Horse from Williston State College. Leads the team in scoring, rebounding, field goal percentage, and her 52% from the field. That is second best in the Frontier. Our first tie of the game, and the lights are up. Kevin Flato, one of our officials. Boy, could I tell you stories about Kevin Flato?
Once again, another good officiating crew. It's just the Frontier Conference has done a great job of just setting this up and having to move some games a little earlier, but there's a great crowd already, and it should be a lot of fun.
Gracie working hard. Rocky down one. Slapped out. What a crossover move behind the back. Foreigner back out to Toms. Melcher blocked by Paige Watson, and no fault. This is one young lady that does not play like a true freshman. I mean, she played like a seasoned veteran.
Yeah, and you dream of having one player like that. You think about what North Country's had for the last couple of years with her and Erickson, but just athletic, long. Like you say, she does not play like a true freshman at all.
Another block for Paige Watson. Played at North Country. Her 4-year high school win-loss record, 99-4. Moran can't get that to go. Skylights up one. They got the ball. Bad Horse. What a pass to Toms. Savannah Toms from Dawson County High School in Glendive. I walked into the arena with her parents today. Moran, Gracie. Great defense, Trottier. Fourth time these two teams have met. Hagen, Deathman from 15. Rebound, Skylights. I think they need to go back to do what they were doing the first couple of possessions, just take it down low to the bigs.
Absolutely, you got to at least get a paint touch every possession if you can.
Trottier. It's a 5-point lead for Northern. 6:14 left to be played in the first 10 minutes of this game. Paige Watson travels. And will West take a timeout here?
Well, I think this start is kind of what you talked about when we went on the air, just that rust, that unsureness about not playing yesterday. You got to knock that off a little bit and just kind of get rolling and try to get it figured out.
Skylights by 5 and the basketball. Trottier. Melcher. To Trottier. Up on top, Melcher with a 3. Oh my. And it's 12-4. Can the Skylights pull off a second upset in a row? And now listen to this crowd. They were huge yesterday. Moran, Deathman lost it. Deathman makes his save. Double teamed, right back up and in. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah. Nice play. Didn't get sped up with all of the chaos around her. Just calmly gets the ball back and sinks a 15-footer, but nothing's been easy for Rocky.
Traveling against Trottier, Rocky will get it back. They're down 6. Williamson will check in for the Skylights. Rocky won January 11th in Havre, 67-44. January 30th in Billings, Rocky won 58-48. Gracie with 20 points in that game. Deathman had 16 on February 15th in Billings when Rocky won big by 29, 71-42. And Watson made a nice save there, forced it inside. Deathman back out to Gracie. Boy, that'd be tough to guard Gracie. Gracie tries to go to 6'4", Isabel Hagem, and now West will take that timeout. Skylights out on top by 6. 4:55 left to be played here in the first quarter.
AMI is advanced metering infrastructure. We can talk to the meters can talk to us. So we're able to be very proactive in making sure that customers have reliable and stable power.
We actually are stopping outages from happening by looking at the data coming back from these meters.
That's the overall goal, is to provide our customers a safe and reliable solution that's cost effective, and this is the start of that.
For more than 85 years, D.A. Davidson has strived to build relationships and trust. From our first office in Montana to each of our 70 locations spread out coast to coast, we're on the ground and in your neighborhood, combining the values of a local partner with the capabilities of a national institution. We achieve strong outcomes based on mutual success, planning for future generations and building legacies that endure together.
You know, nothing really surprises you in the Frontier Conference, Brian. We've done so many games. We've seen so much action. Skylights open up a 12-6 lead early on in this game. They only won 3 conference games during the season. And somebody said they were the best 3-win conference team in the entire nation, and that might be true.
They play hard. I mean, they're never out of a game. You know, the games against Rocky that I watched, they would get down, then they would chip away, get down, chip away, get down, chip away. But the thing is if you're Rocky, the longer you let a team hang around that you're probably better than, that's, you know, gives them hope.
Big offensive rebound, Williamson. Bad horse. Back to Williamson. Nice first quarter. Skylights, Bad horse. Had a good look. Long lead. Gracie. And that's going to be another travel against the Bears. Remember, they did not play yesterday.
No.
Skylights played and won yesterday. I think that's kind of a big deal.
It especially will be early, and I think the other thing you're seeing too is just there's no fear from Northern. Hey, you may be the #1 seed, but we know we can beat you. We knocked off someone yesterday. We can do it again today.
Williamson. 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the first. Trottier. Down to the baseline. Bad horse with the 3. You know, she can shoot from anywhere. Inside, outside. It's very athletic.
Yeah, she's just, she doesn't ever get, we talked about this yesterday with some players. She doesn't feel like she ever gets sped up. She's very calm, you know, just kind of lets things happen to her. And you look at the stat sheet of the game, she has 18 points.
Yeah, that was a quiet 18 yesterday. Gracie, 3 on the way. In and out, no. Williamson the rebound, and listen to that MSU-Northern crowd. Backdoor play,
Yeah.
Bad horse.
Yeah, Kansas' Bad horse is just, it's heady. She gets down, she doesn't go too deep. She stops at a spot where she can seal the much bigger Detham's behind her. Great high-low look, and all of a sudden you're looking at an 8-point lead.
Bittner in the game. She was forced to play a lot when they beat Carroll when Moran was sick. Deathman can't get the 3 to drop. And Rocky has started out 2 for 7 from the field in this game. They're down by 8. Trottier with it up on top. Trottier gets it back. Bad horse can't get the 3. Rebound, another offensive rebound for Williamson. Wide open is Long, not going to take the 3. Bad horse swings it around to Williamson. They forced it on the inside, tipped around. Deathman has it, and it's been a while since Rockies hit a field goal.
Yeah.
Well, look who's back. The Northern football team behind the basket. Gracie will bring it up on top. Gracie the drive, Glass, yes. But boy, it's been a while since Rocky has scored.
Yeah, just watching, they just look congested. There's not a lot of spacing. There was ability, though. There was a lot of room on the right side, and Leckville was able to get around the corner and without any help there. But one thing I feel like they got to spread out a little bit. They maybe got to hit a 3 or something just to get Northern, from out of the key. That's the biggest problem. When you're that much bigger, they have a hard time finding any space.
Williamson. Paris Williamson. And she's going to walk. Nice defense for Gracie.
Yeah, Leckville, I became super impressed with her last year. There was a game they played Providence. They were very, very short-handed. They came up here. Providence was on a roll, and they upset them. And I think he played that West in that game played six kids, and they found a way. And I think that confidence from that point forward has really elevated them.
Bittner bricks the 3. Wass on the rebound. Skylights by 6. 90 seconds to go. Quarter number 1, semifinals. Frontier Conference Tournament. Trotter, and that's going to be Hagum with the foul. Just his second foul of the quarter on Rocky. And Trotter, she is the quarterback of this team. Taya Trotter from Harlem.
Yeah, and you looked at that replay. Hagum came over, and instead of just using her size and her verticality and being straight up and making it difficult, she had to try to get the hands across and block down. That's an easy foul.
Trotter gets a free throw, an 81% free throw shooter. She had 11 points in their win against Tech. The lead is back to 8. Bittner will bring it up. Kyle Riley, the pilot, listening in Boston, watching the game. Paige Watson, the drive. Gracie, 3-point shot, no. Rebound long. Trotter on the baseline with it. Wass back out to Trotter, under a minute to go. Taken away by Rocky. The Lady Bears are the leading scoring team in the Frontier at 67. They have 8 points here. Late in quarter number 1, getting off to a slow start. Gracie with the layup, no.
But she's been able to get to the rim two of the last 3 possessions, and that's a huge thing.
3's going to be missed. And another Hagum in the game, Madeline Hagum. So shot clock is off. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Skylights coming off a upset win against Tech. Team they lost to 3 times. Now they're playing Rocky, a team they lost to 3 times. Gracie, baseline, Madeline, Isabel, 3 on the way, no. And that will do it. At the end of 1, Skylight 16, Rocky 8.
Hey, get off your... Show off. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew. Up.
Up. Up.
Yeah!
Up.
Up. Up is where we are headed at the University of Providence. Up with learning.
Up with opportunities.
Up with community.
Up, where we are guided by our faith.
Up with excellence.
With faith guiding your way, it is all up from here. Are you ready to rise up? The University of Providence, connecting people with their potential.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, set the example, and learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
Well, Rocky goes 3 of 12 from the field, 0 of 5 on 3s, and they got a rebound at 12-7. Everybody's going to say, well, Rocky didn't shoot that well, but How about Northern's defense?
Yeah, they did a great job. And, you know, I see why you would want to face guard Paige Wasson. She got loose one time and created some havoc.
Well, you got 4 players on the deck. And his bad horse led everybody with 7 points. She does it so quiet.
Yeah, very, very unassuming, but very fundamental in the exact same, you know, exactly where she needs to be all the time.
His bad horse is one of the very best players in the conference. Wasson, Gracie. Gracie Leckful. Wasson with a deep 3. And a rebound. Toms. What a start for the Skylights.
Interesting, I was talking to Wes Keller yesterday, and he said, you know, we can't get into shootouts. We think we can get into shootouts, but we got to be better defensively, and we got to create, you know, some turnovers in a low-scoring game. But you know, you'll notice in this first 45 seconds of the second quarter, they've been a heck of a lot more physical than they were to start the game. Even that foul right there is just, you know, you're going to take that foul because they're being physical, which they weren't in the first quarter.
You know who's guarding Eliana Moran? Her sister. You got a Moran on both teams, sisters. Forner. His bad horse sets the pick. And Madeline Hagan with the foul.
You know, in day 2 of this tournament, the person that I've been most impressed with is Caitlin Forner. Yesterday, 5'6", guards someone 6 inches taller than her and shuts her down. And today, she has the assignment of not only, you know, of guarding Paige Wasson, but she also is the catalyst on offense. She's probably, you know, their most, you know, active player offensively.
Moran the layup, no. And that's going to be a foul. It's going to go against MSU-Northern. Can you imagine the Moran parents in a game like this?
Yeah, you have to. That's a tough one. You know, college sports creates that environment for sure when players get recruited. And
8:47 to be played here in the first half. It's 16-8. Skylights lead. Moran for Rocky. Being guarded by Moran from MSU-Northern. And a wide open Lindsay not going to take the shot. Offensive foul against Rocky. Boy, everything. The momentum is just, it's huge for the Skylights right now.
You know, and it's those of you that are maybe watching this that watch a lot of Class C and B, you know, you probably have seen a box and 1 or a diamond and 2 or diamond 1 or a triangle and 2, but that's almost what Northern is doing. They're basically saying, we're not going to let Paige Wasson go off. We're going to guard everyone else normal, but we're not going to let her do anything, and that's how that foul led to. They had to run her off so many screens just to get open.
Forner's doubled up. She walks. The Rocky women have played almost 12 minutes in this game. They've only made 3 field goals. They've only scored 8 points. Northern only has 16.
Yeah, I think defensively, Rocky's kind of matching what MSU-Northern was doing early.
Gracie, she can get to the basket. Gracie's in trouble. Wass on the rebound. And listen to this crowd.
Yeah. Rocky definitely out of sync, you know, just nothing seems to be working. A lot of just, you know, I wouldn't call it hero ball, but it's a lot of just one-on-one going out of system, trying to make something happen.
Forner, his bad horse. Cross-court pass, Melchior. Boy, what a move. Block from behind. Paige Wasson, her 3rd block of the game. Gracie, Moran. Misses the long 3. Rebound, Forner. Rockies 0 for 6 on 3s in this game. Moran for Northern. No, Moran for Rocky with the rebound. I'm not making this up. Moran with it up on top. Bounce pass. Down low. They swing it back out. Deathman up strong. No, that is not Deathman. That is Hagan.
Just it's really out of sync and really just, I mean, if you look at the spacing, they have 4 girls on the same side of the floor. There's just nothing looks fluid for Rocky right now.
Melcher gets free. Partially blocked. But right there on the rebound, Was. And West is forced to take another timeout. They won the regular season conference. They're down 10 early here. 6:32 left in the second.
Time sure flies when you're having fun. Our lives are made up of working through the day-to-day, supporting the ones we love, and enjoying those special moments that make it all worthwhile. As Montanans, we are resilient, resourceful, and all about preserving our way of life that we are proud to say defines us. At Stockman Bank, our sole focus is serving the people of Montana. We are Montana's brand of banking. We are Stockman Bank.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to rolling. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
Well, the first semifinal game of the day, it's all skylights, MSU-Northern. Out on top of Rocky 18-8 in our second semifinal women's game. It's going to be number 2 Providence up against number 3 Carroll College. Has Rocky scored on back-to-back possessions? I don't believe so.
It's been a while since they've scored, and I think like what you're seeing here is just no spacing. I mean, everything is just like, we're going to make you shoot a 3 and we're going to make you make a 3.
Great defense for the Skylights. That's been the difference in this game. Moran kicks it back. There's Deafman. Gracie Leckfold lost her dribble. Cross court, Paige Watson with the 3. Short. Here come the Skylights. They lead by 10. Here's Bad Horse. Nice pass to Toms. Can't handle it. Under 6 minutes left to be played. Here in the first half, Rocky comes in having won their last 4 games. They're 19-9 on the season. MSU-Northern 13-16. Miranda set the offense here for Rocky. Hagem. Down low to Deafman. Boy, that was nice.
Yeah, and that's, again, back to what we talked about, you talked about at the very beginning of the game, trying to get that inside look. High-low, but, I mean, there's just not a lot of space. That was just had to be almost a perfect possession for them to get any success there.
Toms, Trottier. Nice defense. Moran looking inside to his Bad Horse. And slapped out by Deafman. Boy, those 2 girls are battling. His Bad Horse with the 3. And Paige Watson, she's had a nice game. Here comes Gracie, coast to coast. And Gracie Leckvold will set things up. Watson, baseline. Deafman with the 3. She scores on the inside. She scores on the outside. For the first time this afternoon, the Rocky women have scored on back-to-back possessions.
Much needed. Finally hit a 3. I believe that's got to be the first of the game. But just Watson there, unbelievable patience, a great cross-court pass to find her teammate.
Trottier. Rocky scored a 5 straight. Reverse layup. Trottier gets her own rebound, lost it. Here comes Gracie Leckvold from Scobie. 4 Class C starters on this Rocky team that won the Frontier Conference regular season. And that's going to be a foul down low on the baseline away from the ball. It's going to go against the Skylights. 2 on MSU-Northern, 3 on Rocky.
Well, yesterday we were complimenting just how good it was offensively. This is, so far has been the absolute opposite.
Inside, Deafman. 7 straight points for Sydney Deafman. She was recruited by Wes Keller when she was in 8th grade. He missed out. She went to Fresno State, but then 4 years later, well, he finally got her. Toms lost it. Isabel Hagan with a foul.
Yeah, just a little handsy again, you know. I think just pressing a little bit, wanting so badly to get a stop. She, you know, her size and her length, she doesn't have to overextend. She can just be vertical and straight up, and she's not going to get those basically ticky-tack fouls.
Trottier hits a big three. Rocky had cut the lead to 4, and then Trottier hits that 3. 3:30 left here in the first half. You win, you play in the championship game tomorrow. What a runner by Moran. Long lead, his bad horse. Trottier, glass, yes. Boy, that's nice.
Good cut. Moran just kind of turned her head for a second, cut right behind her back, and led to an easy one.
Skylights are back up by 7. 3 minutes left here in the first half. Watson finally hits a 3. And Rocky now 2 of 10 on threes in a game. Back to a 4-point game. Trottier, Williamson. From the baseline, his bad horse, in and out, no go. Gracie will bring it up. His bad horse, she can get her shot off whenever she wants. Nobody picks up Gracie, misses the 3. His bad horse on the rebound. And Trottier will bring it up. 2:22 left to be played. Here in the second. His bad horse decides, hey, if you're not going to pick me up, I'll just make a 3.
It's such a hard thing when you're that far from the basket, and you know you're in pretty good defensive position, but it's not providing that ball pressure and a little bit using your length to make it tough on her.
Kansas hit Bazhorst, the team's leading scorer. She has been incredible the last 2 days. Moran tries to get free. Well, that was all Moran.
Yeah, that was a couple possessions where she's done something on her own, but again, just Rocky just seems discombobulated, I guess would be the best word that I could find offensively.
Williamson gets past Gracie and scores. Left-handed layup. And the lead is 6. We're late in the first half, the first semifinal game of the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament. Moran's going to kick it back out. 3 on the way, high bounce. Don't get it to go. And another rebound for Gracie. Deafman, yes. And then we're back to a 4-point game.
I can't guarantee this, but that feels like that was the first offensive rebound that Rockies had in this game.
Well, you're exactly right. You are exactly right. 1 offensive rebound in the first half for Rocky, not getting a lot of second and third looks. Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana, a Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgages, and agriculture banking services for over 100 years. They've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montanans. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC. 27-23, Skylights up against Rocky. 51 seconds left to be played in the first half here. And in our next women's semifinal, Providence and Carroll. Last time they played in a postseason game was the semifinals of the NAIA National Tournament.
Yeah, some great matchups today, and that scene there at the end, ended up before that timeout. Taya Trottier of Northern just basically going so hard that she looks like she's exhausted, and Chris Moat out checking on her, making sure she's okay. Just shows the effort that MSU-Northern's put forth so far in this game to be where they are, which is with a lead against the #1 team in the conference.
Was. His bad horse got shaken up at last play, so she's out right now. Moran puts up the air ball. Rebound fought for on the ground with the rebound. Kavanaugh. Shot clock is off. Paige Watson near the timeline. Rocky down 4. 12 seconds left. Wasson gets the baseline, kicks it back out. Gracie with a three-point shot, no. Madeline Hagem, the rebound. You got to shoot it. It's halftime. Skylights lead, 27-23 at the break.
Montana has one of the highest suicide rates in the United States.
Suicide impacts people of all ages, genders, and ethnicities.
On average, 300 Montanans die each year by suicide.
Our best chance of stopping suicide is to stop the stigma.
It's time to talk openly and honestly about mental health issues.
Together, let's take the pledge to be allies against suicide.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I was attracted to the biology program here at Western, mainly because of the block program. I like the Experience One program, first off because of the small class sizes. I'm able to get to know my classmates really well, and second off because of the professors, getting to know them. And it allows you to be more than just a student in the class. They care about you and they care about what you're doing. After attending Western, I plan to go to the University of Washington School of Medicine, the WWAMI program, and practice rural medicine throughout Montana.
I'm living for my people. I'm dancing for my people. A lot of our kids and a lot of our people do vape and smoke. Especially around here on the res, there's a lot of that negativity. It's really pressured from the things that come from around us. It's very dangerous to your body, and not only to your body, but to yourself and the people around you. Kids are easily influenced by the things that they grow up and they see. And when an adult is doing something like that, they see it as an okay key to go and do it.
Brian, I don't know how many times we've said this week, and it's hard to beat the same team, 4 times in a season, and that's what Rocky is facing. Yeah. Tech lost to Northern 3 times during the regular season, and then MSU-Northern won yesterday. What a great start for the Skylights defensively.
Yeah, I think if you're Chris Moa, you talk to your team like, we got to believe. We're as good as anybody. We've hung in games. And if you look at their box scores, they're all within margins that they can fix pretty easily. And the biggest thing is you make some shots, you get a little bit of confidence, ball starts rolling your way, and that's how you have a halftime lead against the number 1 team in the conference.
Rocky missed their first 12 threes. They only had 3 field goals in the first quarter. They've shot 36%, but the Skylights, they've only shot 37%.
Yeah, and the second quarter was much better for Rocky, both offensively and defensively. They hit a couple of threes, which I think will then spread out the Northern defense a little bit, but that's the biggest thing is confidence. And I think we talked about this in the open. There's just having that rust you got to knock off. There's a little bit of nerves, there's things like that. And when you let a team that you feel like you're better than hang around, they get confident, you get tight, and that's a combination that can lead to an upset.
Let's go to the Mountain Dew do-over in the first half of this game with the Skylights leading 27-23.
And early on, this is what MSU-Northern was able to do, their transition. Rocky's definitely bigger than them at almost every position, but just getting down and not allowing Rocky to set up their defense was good. And Kansas is bad horse, like we talked about, quiet, right? But here's a good example of some things that they're easily fixed if you're Rocky, like just dribble penetration. Keeping people in front of you, that allows them to get a rotation and an easy dump off for another one. And then if it wasn't for Sydney Denham, I don't think Rocky would even be in this game right now. She basically carried them with 12 points. Here, Paige Wasson, a great cross-court pass to find her for a wide-open 3. And, I think, the fact that she was able to get loose and get one maybe will help her a little bit. But they've done an unbelievable job on her. And it's interesting that they would pick Paige Wasson as the true freshman to be the person that they're going to say, hey, we're taking her away. We'll let anybody else beat her, but not. And that's probably going to have to adjust a little bit now that Sydney Denham got off to a good start.
It's been a great first half. Semifinals, game 1 of the Frontier Conference Tournament. Brian's got a special guest coming up right after this.
Are you ready to unleash your awesome? Then you need 8-gig all-fiber internet from TDS. You'll have the powerful internet you need to stream, game, learn, and work today, and be prepared to take on anything new you can dream up tomorrow. Imagine internet you'll never outgrow. Get 8 gig all-fiber internet from TDS and embrace infinite possibility.
When you get to McDonald's and see there's a line, but you're not waiting in it because you ordered ahead in the app and chose curbside before you got here.
Here you go. Thank you. Get up that dance if you want to.
Order ahead in the app to save time. Did you see that? Yep. Looks like rain. Also looks like McDelivery. Order McDelivery in the app.
Welcome back, everyone. Still halftime of our first game of the quarterfinals with the Skylights of MSU-Northern leading 27-23 over the Rocky Mountain Bears. We are joined by Kylie Carenza from the University of Providence. And Kylie, running the tournament, got to be a huge undertaking, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. We just have an army of people behind us. We've got great people at the university taking the lead, all different parts, right? We couldn't do it without our staff and volunteers and supporters, so.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the logistics of putting on a tournament like this and how, you know, the flexibility you need. Like today's a great example where you have to change game times because of the Northern Sea and things like that. Just the undertaking of the logistics.
Yeah, you have to have a plan A, B, C, and then maybe like X, Y, Z. Yeah. So we just sort of thought of all the different scenarios. We communicated that with coaches, athletic directors, just making sure that everybody knew, right, where we were going to be at today. And so obviously we have that playing game today. We're excited for that. It does make for a later day for the University of Providence men, but they're ready to go, and everybody's been on the same page. We've been able to keep this train moving.
Third year having it here in Great Falls. Is it easy? Is there a way to measure how, number one, how it helps the community of Great Falls, but two, just how it's grown over those 3 years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Having it be a neutral site for the teams, great advantage. It makes for a great tournament. For the city of Great Falls, right, we've got players, fans traveling, staying in Great Falls, supporting our local businesses. We've got great supporters here that sponsor our tournament. And so just overall, great opportunity for Great Falls and obviously for the Four Seasons Arena as well. I'm looking at the Northern football team who drove down, right?
Yeah.
And just so great atmosphere for the tournament.
Yeah, it is, and that's one thing too. I think obviously exciting for you guys having Providence in the semis, playing the next game for the women, and tonight, like you say, the 9 o'clock game. Just the having it in Great Falls, having an opportunity for your campus to show off a little bit, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, and we take pride in everything that we do. We put our best foot forward. And like I said, we've got great staff, Danette, Davis, Sarah, they're sort of like the key team. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, Army behind us to pull this off.
Looking forward, and then maybe this is a question you don't even know the answer to, but obviously with the conference expanding, I would assume Great Falls would like to keep the tournament here in Great Falls if they could. I mean, it's probably kind of almost probably going to go out to a bid or whatever the process is. Have you guys looked that far ahead?
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about, right, does it stay a 3-day tournament? Does it turn into a 4-day tournament? Does it stay at a neutral site? Do we start to go to schools? To be determined on that. Yeah. But I would hope, right, selfishly, this is a great opportunity for Great Falls, for the University of Providence. We've showed consistency in being able to deliver, and I'll be fighting to keep it here.
Slightly changing gears a little bit, obviously, been talking about Providence as a school and as an athletic department. This really seems like you guys are on a roll. Whether it's just the men's basketball program, the women's basketball program, obviously going to the national championship last year, wrestling, doing really well in nationals. It's got to be a really good time for your programs and really a good opportunity to showcase your university for students out there that are thinking, hey, I don't know where I want to go to college. Not a bad spot to go.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year is kind of monumental for us. We're celebrating 60 years of the McLaughlin Center. And so not only are we continuing sort of the momentum from our past, right? We've got great sports going on. It makes for a little bit of a challenge, right? We had women's wrestling yesterday, same time that this is going on. Women's placed second at the Cascade Conference Tournament. And so it's just great to be part of a culture where obviously winning is priority for us, but we just got great athletes that are good human beings, support the community that they live in, our campus. So just really proud to be in Argo.
Last question going forward. Obviously tonight, you excited about some big crowds?
Oh yeah, for sure. We put out an email this morning to our campus, a little friendly competition that we wanted to outdo Northern and their student population. And so the expectation is that the Argos show up, and I think we'll see that response.
Yeah, class is canceled this afternoon. That's probably
I know.
good news.
We had to say, like, priority, right? Class first, and then we'll see you at the game. So
yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we appreciate the hospitality, and it's been an amazing tournament. Looking forward to tomorrow. Should be hopefully, say this for you guys, probably two Providence championship games would be pretty nice for you guys, wouldn't it?
We would love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. And great job on an amazing tournament. We'll be right back after this.
Okay, thank you.
I try to, stand for something. I try to stand for positivity. I try to stand for, health. I see the impact of vaping, amongst our communities as, a total negative thing. I would say to adults, set the example, learn to communicate, with the young people and your own children. And so we always share with the young people is that you got to find your own strength. You guys are role models, you guys are leaders, and that's what we need in our communities.
What is the power of a Northern degree? It is the power to teach and the power to heal. It is the power to feed and the power to fuel. It is the power to choose your career and the power to rise to the top. That is the power of a Northern degree, and that power is in your hands.
We are champions of the character.
Well, Brian, what do you think Coach Wes Keller told his Rocky girls at halftime?
Relax. I mean, that's probably the first thing that I would write on the board is relax. You guys, we have a plan. We know what we're doing. It started to work. It's a 40-minute game, Games aren't won and lost in the first 10 minutes, and they had a bad first 10 minutes. So you just have to find a way. And really just the fact that they chipped away, they're just 2 possessions down right now. So my message, and I bet his message would be just relax. We're fine. And I think the other thing too is go back to what worked, which was playing inside and then outside. You notice the threes that they hit, they went inside out. They crossed from the inside out. So the key, and that's the best time to take a three, to be honest with you.
It's going to be interesting. Northern has played so well defensively in this game. They're coming off that victory. Rocky had a bye, and when we visited with Wes Keller yesterday as our halftime guest, he said, I would rather have the bye.
Yeah.
In this league, you really want to play three games in 3 days.
Yeah, I think you can't, we always say you can't worry about Saturday until you won on Friday. Speaking of high school tournaments here, you can't worry about Tuesday till you win on Monday. I agree with that. I think there is a toll physically, but I think getting through that first quarter and it not being that bad and only being down at 4 at halftime is good. The thing that I'm curious about is MSU-Northern, if they can maintain what they've done to this point. You talk about their defensive effort. It's been really good.
We'd like to thank our Frontier Conference corporate sponsors for their support: Logan Health, Cooper Tire, Tire-Rama, D.A. Davidson, Hotels, McDonald's, Northwestern Energy, Pepsi, and First Interstate Bank. (27-23) at the break, a 4-point lead for the Skylights. I'd also like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, Yakima, University of Providence Stream, and the Frontier Conference Stream. Rocky Erickson with Brian Crosby. This is the first game of the women's semifinal. The winner of this game will play the winner of Providence Carroll in the Frontier Conference Championship. That'll be on Tuesday.
Should be another little game, and this first possession to me right now, I'm seeing Chris Mowat's over there drawing something up. I guarantee they come out with some sort of wrinkle that Rocky hasn't seen yet. And if they can get a bucket here, get the momentum kicked off again. If I'm Rocky, it's like I'm thinking, hey, let's get a stop. Let's get a stop. Let's go down. Let's run our best stuff. Let's try to get a bucket on our end, and let's see where we go. So I think this first possession is going to be really, really telling to what the third quarter is going to be like.
Rocky in the white, Skylights in the maroon. 10 minutes on the clock. 4-point lead for the Skylights. Rocky has never been ahead in this game. And Rocky starts out with that zone. Foreigner on the inside. His bad horse, wow.
Just patient. I mean, the bigger Dedham behind her doesn't get hurried, doesn't get rattled, goes to their secondary move, and is able to score over the top of bigger City Dedham.
His bad horse, 11 points in the game. She led her team with 19 in that win against Montana Tech. Laffey, Gracie. Inside, Isabel, no. Deathman tips it to Moran. Left Gracie with the three.
Much needed. Northern went 2-3 out of the half, just to kind of maybe knowing that what Wes Keller and his crew is going to do is try to get inside, so you take that away by going 2-3.
Gracie missed her first 4 threes, but when you're a shooter, you got to keep shooting. 3-point lead, Skylights. His bad horse gets bumped as she comes around. 3 on the way. Nope, Gracie. The rebound, the shortest player on the court. And a 3 would tie the game. We've had no ties. We have had no lead changes. Moran will bring it around. Back out, Deathman with the 3. Now we are tied for the first time. Tied at 29. 8:25 left.
Sorry to me, Steph. Nice little wrinkle there, and his bad horse got lost on a switch. Thought she was switching, and Dedham was able to pop out for the 3. And that's a big start if you're Rocky.
Foreigner working hard to get free. Shot blocked.
Another block, yeah.
Isabel Hangam. Paige Watson had 3 blocks in the first half. Rocky scores here. They got their first lead. And Deathman can't get the 3. Gracie runs it down, and it'll be Skylights basketball. Rocky a little bit deeper.
Yeah, and that's, the depth showed a little bit in the first half, but I mean, just right now, the ability to, I think the biggest thing defensively, and I'm sure this is one of the things we talked about at halftime, is like, they're so amped up, Rocky, is that they're going for head fakes. They're constantly jumping. They're out of position. If they just stay solid, they're pretty good defensively.
Can't get the 3. Rebound controlled by Madeline Hagum. Inside Madeline, picked up by Toms from Glendive. There's Paige Watson. Short on the 3. And rebound, Moran. And we got the Moran sisters guarding each other again to start this second half. 7:06 to go in the third. Foreigner. His bad horse with an outside of 3. Foreigner on the drive. His bad horse picked up by Deathman, gets free. Misses the shot. Boy, what a nice touch she has, though.
Yeah.
Offensive rebound. Toms. Yes.
That's all Foreigner, just effort, keeping the ball alive. I'm waiting for the Skylights to to collapse, I guess is the best word. They're playing so hard. They look fatigued, they look tired, but they keep playing hard.
2-point lead for MSU-Northern. Moran, rebound, Forner. She has been a key player the last 2 games. Tried to force it inside to his bad horse. It's going to be slapped out by Deathman. And Williamson will come in. She's had some great minutes the last 2 days. And, you know, you look over on that Rocky bench and you see Wes's dad. You know, Steve Keller was, sometimes I've seen him sit on the end of the bench, but he stood next to the water cooler the entire first half. I wonder if he ever says, hey, listen, son, here's what you need to do.
Send a text message or something. I can only imagine. I'm sure Wes really likes having Steve in Billings. What a resource to have.
Moran. Melcher's back in. Under 6 to go. Well, how many fouls have we had away from the ball on the baseline? People trying to get position.
Yeah. Physically, though, I mean, you know, it looks like she had her arm around and she's trying to get you know, both players are hand fighting. It's, you know, I can see where Wes is thinking that's maybe not a foul, but, you know, they're a little bit too physical.
Nobody stopping his bad horse. Gets the shot off. Trottier the rebound. Melcher misses the 3. Another offensive rebound taken away. Wasson has it. His bad horse almost had the steal. Here comes Moran. 5.5 to go. Gracie can't get the 3 off. Deathman, great ball movement. Moran takes the pick. Turns and fires. Block. Williamson. It's been a defensive game.
It has. And that possession.
And Madeline Hagan with the foul. Chris Mowat is the head coach for the Skylights, his 20th year. And boy, what a great job he has done the last 8 years, Hoops for a Cause, raising money for unbelievable causes, people associated with the Frontier Conference.
And he's just a great guy. And you see his enthusiasm, his care for his team when you watch him coach. And it's like, it's no doubt that they're playing this hard because you can tell they all just think and he is a great guy. It's not that they think he's a great guy. And that's so infectious when your head coach is positive and fired up, their bench is fired up.
Gracie with the foul against Trottier. Trottier to the free throw line.
Just, again, their ability to get downhill, not very good help defense. Really almost forced to take that foul for Leckvold.
Trottier 11 points in the game yesterday. And Trottier's got 10 in this one. His bad horse leads with 11. Sydney Deathman, 15 points for Rocky. The Fresno State transfer. Back to a 4-point game for the Skylights. Rocky won all 3 games during the regular season. Rocky, the #1 seed. The Frontier Conference regular season champs. The Skylights, the #5 seed. Wasson. Boy, what a touch.
Yeah. Good offense there. They had to run a double and good ball movement, find the open player, and you got to make those ones when you're that open.
She's on the all-Frontier freshman team. No question.
Yeah.
Long, Melcher, double teamed. Rebound, great save by Deathman, 2-on-2 break. Bittner's going to slow things up. Rocky scores, it's their first lead. No. Rebound, Deathman. Right back up, yes. 34-33. Rocky out on top. They were behind by as many as 10 points in the first half. And you know what? They never really worried that, they weren't going to come back.
No, they were very, and I think that's Cindy Dedham and her patience. You watch her, she just never really ever gets sped up. But, I think she's enforcing her will at this point. And, and I think if she doesn't get a touch every possession, even if it's just something go through her, I think that the Rockies probably making a mistake.
3:33 to go in the third. It's a 1-point game. Semifinals, Frontier Conference Tournament from Great Falls. Bittner air balls to 3. And a timeout with 3:24 to go. Rocky out on top by 1 here at Four Seasons Arena in Great Falls.
There's something different here, in the air and in the attitude. It's the tight-knit community, complemented by bigger thinking and even bigger innovation. It's high-tech labs with sweeping Rocky Mountain views. It's a place where research, innovation, and ideas are matched by an understanding of why it all matters in the first place. Here at Montana Tech, you can realize your potential, fuel your passion, and find your path. Join us.
Montana, a place of rugged beauty, hardworking people, and endless opportunities. And for over 100 years, Opportunity Bank has been here. As a Montana bank with a legacy of stability and service, we understand what it takes to build a future in this place you call home. So if you're looking for a bank that's as Montana as you are, come to Opportunity Bank of Montana. Of Montana, by Montanans, since 1922.
Left, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Here in the third, it has been a defensive game thus far. Both teams struggling to shoot. Rocky 36%, MSU-Northern 32%.
I think one thing that I've just noticed, that timeout is that, Northern kind of feels like they're playing with house money. I mean, they're not supposed to be here. They're not supposed to win this game, and they're playing loose and free, and then Rocky's the tight game. And you see this, March Madness coming up. You see a lot of these matchups where the underdog kind of hangs around, and the crowd, even the neutral crowd, starts to kind of cheer for them.
Forner, 6 left on the shot clock. And Forner gets her own rebound. Did she hit rim? No.
Yeah, but what an effort on her part, though. I mean, Paige Watson kind of took that rebound for granted. The ball just kind of bounced, and she's going to jump in there and grab it. And again, you can't say enough about the effort.
Chris Mowat, 20th year head coach of the Skylights. Rocky by 1, and they throw it away. Skylights getting it back. Rocky, one of the most impressive stats of the season away from home. They're 14-2. Up next, Carroll and Providence, from which Rochelle Sayers picked up career win number 300 yesterday. Proud of you. Swings it back out. There's a 3 from Forner, not close.
Good defense by Rocky. Kind of, Lechville was able to be in help and get back and recover.
Gracie, wow. Athletic play for Gracie Lechville.
Smart. One thing about Rocky, that their guards, their size is big on the front court, but their guards are kind of small, and you would never know with that play that she just made.
Rocky gets it back, their biggest lead of the game, out on top by 3. True freshman Paige Watson. North Country will lead the break. Her 4-year high school record, 99-4. Gracie Lechville's foul. A couple of weeks ago, Scobie, I believe it was a district tournament, defeated North Country, and that was North Country's first loss after winning 73 straight games, the second longest winning streak in state history. The third longest is Great Falls High girls in the 80s. They won 72. And Jill Bard in Fairfield's 120 wins in a row. A record that may never be broken. Watson, Gracie, the bomb, no. Northern, a 3 to tie here. Skylights have only scored 6 points this quarter. Long gets to the basket, draws the foul. That was huge.
That's what I'm talking about. You see that size difference in the guards, basically the fact that the Long has a little bit of a size advantage over Bittner just basically allows her to get to the rim and gets the and one, and Bittner, lunges a little bit early in that possession and then leads to I'd say a pretty easy drive.
Long at the free throw line. She makes this. We're tied.
Hang around. If you're MSU Northern, that's got to be the philosophy. And you got a time here where the last minute, plus you get the media timeout after this, where his bad horse sitting on the bench getting a rest while you're tying the game.
Deathman almost lost it. Deathman's going to back her way in. Wow. Trotter back the other way. Her team down 2. 41 seconds to go. Trotter on the inside. Yes. Arce. We're tied at 38. 28 seconds left to go in the third. Shot clock is off. Bears set for the final shot of the third quarter here. 12 seconds left to be played. Gracie Leckvold, Paige Watson, Kavanaugh for 3, short. 3 seconds left. Trotter, you got to shoot from the top of the key. No. We are tied at 38 as we head to the fourth here in Great Falls in the semifinals of the Frontier Conference Tournament.
There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who love Taco John's and those who haven't tried us yet. We're a destination for excitement, where your wildest cravings and our wildest creations meet in crispy, melty, zesty harmony. Sirloin steak, homemade pico de gallo, and our taco shells are fried fresh every day. At Taco John's, every visit is a chance to go bigger, live bolder, and eat better. And once you get a taste, there's no going back. A bolder option is here. Taco John's.
Scrap metal for cash? Come visit us at Central Montana's leader in recycling, steel, etc. in Great Falls. Our center processes steel, stainless steel, aluminum, copper, brass, and lead. And we pay cash for scrap based on weight. We also accept batteries, electric motors, paper, cardboard, and more. And our roll-off containers are available for any scrap projects you have. We even buy and recycle junk cars. Trade your scrap for cash. Visit us at steeletc.com or call us at 761-4848.
Brian, you know what looks out of place at the scorer's table over there? Your purse right in front of the laptops. Fourth quarter is underway. We're tied at 38. Who will advance to the championship game? Rocky's probably going to the national tournament, win or lose. Watson hits a big 3. For Northern to get in, well, they're going to have to win the conference tournament, and anything is possible here. Through 3 quarters, Northern shooting 32%. Rocky 37. Deathman leads everybody with 19 points in the game. Long misses the 3. And Paige Watson, her expression never changes.
I was thinking the exact same thing, and it's like she's basically, I can understand why there's such an effort on her defensively.
Great pass by Long. Madeline Hagum scores. Rocky has their biggest lead of the game. They were down 10 in the first. Now they're up 5. 9 minutes left to be played. The semifinals of the 2025 Frontier Conference Tournament here in Great Falls. Trotter. Very nice player. Long. Melcher. And where's number 30 at? She's not in. Kansas, his bad horse. Remember, she was hurt late in the second quarter. I seen Coach Mowat visiting with her, and she's on the bench right now.
I think he's probably going to try to get maybe at next dead. I would say this is probably when you're going to see her, but that was an interesting call. I thought Dedham was the one that was receiving a little bit there, the extra, so to speak, but she got called for the foul, and that's her third.
MSU-Northern, 11 points in the second, 11 points in the third. A 5-point lead for Rocky. Moran, Gracie. Moran on the drive. Deathman, three-pointer, and Deathman 22 points in the game.
Her ability to stretch, shoot threes is
a 7-point lead for Rocky with 8:11 left.
We follow pizza drivers and make sure the customers get a Pepsi.
Is that legal?
It's a gray area.
That's the perfect combo.
Hey.
Get off your...
Show off.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mountain Dew.
Well, during the break for the first time today, the officials are checking the replay. And I asked Brian Crosby why.
Well, I think they're checking whether or not that last three was a three from Dedham. So
it's interesting on the replay.
Looks
you know,
like,
on the threes, what they do is they wait until it's a break in the action.
Especially on those, because there's nothing to do. But yeah, it looks like they took it. Her foot's definitely on the line. So yeah, I think too.
Yeah,
so,
but it's the middle line though.
Yeah.
She was fine. That's the NBA line.
Yeah, so maybe too many lines. I know that when when I coached high school and we would come here for tournaments, kids would get confused and they would shoot from the pro line a lot of times thinking it was the high school line, or at least that's what they would tell me when I say, why'd you take that three from 25 feet?
Most of the threes put up at the Eastern A Division and Metro were beyond the pro line. Boy, Trottier with a big basket.
Yeah.
Skylights trying their best to stay in this game. Under 8 minutes to go. Watson. Big rebound, Deathman. Boy, she was in the right place. She's fouled. What a pickup for Wes Keller.
Yeah, it's like having a coach on the floor, just her experience. You know, she's played in big environments, you know, and she just kind of seems to find herself where the ball is a lot of times. And when she gets it, she's not in a hurry. Everything's just kind of controlled and composed like she is. And again, when you have like 2 or 3 true freshmen that play a lot of basketball on your team, you need to have a senior like her that can calm things down.
Deathman puts her team up by 6, and she leads everybody with 23, make it 24 points in the game for Sydney Deathman.
And you called it, his bad horse back into the game. Didn't take her Coach Moat very long to get her back in.
If they're gonna have a chance to win, she has to stay in. Toms, Trottier with the 3. Rebound, Watson, the lead is 7, long lead. Gracie, the layup, yes.
And frankly, that's what they have to do. They've struggled in the half court. The ability to get up and down the floor is gonna help them a lot.
And the Rocky faithful got loud as they go up by 9. 7 minutes left to be played. You win, you advance to the championship game tomorrow night. His bad horse all the way in. She's one of those unique players. She can get her shot off whenever she wants.
Yeah, and she's hit a couple threes, and you'll see that step out and Hagem just a little bit out of position on that closeout because she's worried about contesting the three, and then she's just in a bad spot on the drive, and that leads to a foul. But this Bad Horse is very, very versatile. Her ability to be both inside. Now, we talk about Dedham being an inside-out player. Exact same thing for his Bad Horse. She's got that ability to not only shoot threes, but then to get people on the hip and go.
They have not missed a free throw in this game. And yesterday, MSU-Northern shot well from the free throw line as well. And as I say that, that's their first missed free throw. Yesterday, they were 16 of 18. And today, they are 7 of 8. Boy, free throws are big down the stretch here. 8-point lead. Bears under 7 to go. Providence Carroll up next in the semifinals. And a whistle again coming away from the ball down on the baseline.
Yeah, his Bad Horse battling with Dedham. I mean, they've tried really hard. You know, the interesting thing is I don't think you see a lot of post play anymore like this. You know, basically Rocky's like an old school 2-post offense that you don't see much more today.
Deathman, Gracie Leckvold. Gracie all the way in. Back out, Moran with a deep three. Oh my, that is huge.
Good offense, inside out again. You know, the fact that Leckvold's able to get to the paint, kick out and find Moran, step into a three and knocks it down.
The lead is 11 for Rocky, and that is their biggest of the game. And Kansas, his Bad Horse, time to take over, shot missed, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
Could be interesting. That's Dedham's 4th foul. You know, with an 11-point lead, you can probably give her a little bit of a break and let her sit down for a few minutes. And you know, I think honestly that she might need the break. She's played majority of the game, but well over 30 minutes so far.
His Bad Horse back at the free throw line, led her team the last 2 games here in the Frontier Conference Tournament. They've only missed 3 free throws as a team in the last 2 games. You know, college women usually shoot better than college men from the free throw line.
I think this is always an interesting thing, like teams don't shoot well from the free throw line. You got to get the right people fouled. You know, if your bigs aren't good free throw shooters, you're not going to have a good free throw percentage.
Down low, Madeline Hagem, back out Moran, the bump, no whistle. 9-point lead, Rocky. Gracie to make it a dozen. No, his Bad Horse blocking out great. Trottier has it. 2 players are down. And MSU-Northern has numbers here. Trottier back around. Here's Foreigner. Working so hard to get free. Toms, fall away. Short. Madeline Hagem, the rebound. 5:15 left to be played in our first semifinal game of this Frontier Conference Tournament. Moran gets to the basket, reverse layup, no. Here's Bad Horse. Rebound. Foreigner. And they're picking up his Bad Horse now on threes. She drives the lane, contact, no whistle, out of bounds, Rocky ball.
Good job there by the Rocky bigs. That early in the game where they're getting their fouls, they're basically trying to block shots there, just remain vertical. Easy, no call.
We got a timeout, 4:52 left to be played. The lead is 9 for Rocky. The game of the week is brought to you by Quit Now Montana, My Life, My Quit, Opportunity Bank, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. Under 5 minutes left to be played in this game. Up next, Carroll and Providence. The last time they met in a postseason game was the NAIA semifinals of the national tournament, a game that Providence won and then lost to Dort by just 4 points in the national championship game.
The game, watching that, I felt like they had every chance to win it. But that's kind of turned into the Lakers, Celtics, Providence, and Carroll women. It's a great rivalry. Two well-coached teams, and I don't think everybody loves this. It's going to be nice next year when the conference expands and we can go to less games. But anytime you can watch Providence play Carroll, I think it's great. The more times, the better for me.
Two very well-coached
Yes,
programs
absolutely.
as well.
Yeah, and this game as well, too. I think the Frontier Conference does not lack for coaching. Chris Moa, what he does with less, to be honest, is amazing. The ability for him to get his team to play their best basketball at the end of the year. And, they're putting up every fight they can. This is an important couple of minutes here. If they can get this game down to about 5 inside the next 4-minute timeout, they're going to be in good shape.
Gracie got her own rebound off the missed shot. Then she's fouled. That's going to be 3 on the Skylights and 3 on the Bears. Crunch time, 4:33 left to be played in the semis. 9-point lead. Rocky out on top. They win there in the championship. They won the regular season title. And the last time that the Rocky women won the tournament championship was 2022. Foreigner looking on the inside. Every possession is big now for the Skylights. Backdoor. That was nice. They bring it back out. Melcher. Huge 3. As my friend Brian Crosby said, you're never really out of it with a 3-point shot.
No, and if you're Rocky, you got to do a better job of pressuring the ball so that they're not just have these clean looks from 3.
Last time Northern won the Frontier Conference tournament, it was 1999. Madeline, good look. This is a big possession here.
It is, and I was just going to say, here comes Cindy Detnam off the bench.
Trottier goes all the way down, misses the layup. Rebound fought for. Trottier tips it, but Madeline Hagum has it for Rocky. And Deathman is set to come in. 6-point lead for Rocky. West will take a timeout.
Yeah, it's a good 30, just nothing else to get Dedham back in the game. You don't want to go another offensive possession without your best offensive player on the floor, so you're definitely going to wait.
Our scoreboard sponsor, Opportunity Bank of Montana. A Montana-born full-service community bank with locations throughout the state, offering a range of banking, lending, mortgage, agriculture banking services for over 100 years. They've been a Montana community financial institution committed to providing strong financial futures for Montanans. Opportunity Bank, member FDIC. Well, Brian, this has been exciting. We had 4 great games yesterday. All of the people I talked to after the fact, the texts I got, they referred to one thing in the men's game. They couldn't believe how physical it was.
Yeah, and I think that's just the name of the game right now. I think that everybody is, and you see that way this way too. You'll notice, this game, every official's a little different. They probably talk pregame, but definitely they were a consensus to keep the post play clean in this game.
6-point lead. Wasson down low, no. And it's going to be Rocky on the end of bounds. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Northern shooting 32%. Rocky 39%. There's Sidney Deathman, picked up by his bad horse. Both of them are the 2 of the best players in the conference. Reverse layup, no, but the foul is going to go against Kars. Free throws are big here.
Yeah. It looks like, just that driving lane and just when Morin goes to the reverse, again, just use your height, use your size. You don't have to try to swat down and block shots. And, we have the ability of a slow-mo. It looked like a whiff on the block.
Eliana, 73% free throw shooter on the season. She gets them both to go. And the Rocky lead is back up to 8. Late in the 4th, our first semifinal game. Trottier. Takes it down low. His bad horse. Oh, great move. Did not get the basket.
And knowing Dedham has 4 fouls, go right at her. Just good job by Dedham just to remain vertical and make her shoot a tough one over the top for her.
Moran. Back out to Gracie Leckvold. Gracie will drive, and Gracie to the free throw line here. That's senior leadership. 11 points in a game for Gracie.
Yeah, last couple possessions, you've seen guards for Rocky being able to get downhill, getting caught on a switch, post, trying to guard someone a little bit quicker than them, and that's led to some fouls. And, you know, if you're Rocky, you know, you make your free throws and you get a couple stops and you're in really good shape here.
Gracie with 13 points in the game. Recently went over 1,000 points for her career. And the lead is back to 10 for the Lady Bears with under 2:30 left. Trottier, that's a 7-point game.
But again, a pretty clean look. Like, just there's no pressure, there's nothing. It's just she can just step in there and knock that down and not have to really, you know, contest. There's basically, you know, one school of thought, like, to me, it's like you want to make them beat you at 2, not get an easy, clean 3.
Northern's going to get it back, down 7. 2:05 to go. Trottier will set it up. Trottier will drive against Moran, misses the layup. Loose ball, they're fighting for it. Did West call a timeout?
Or Kevin Flato called it for him, but yeah, they called a timeout. Good heads-up play there, and you know, you've seen a lot of stumbling, and especially on this end of the floor yesterday, in the exact same spot in the Tech Northern game, there was a stumble and a turnover that led to basically what became a game-winning basket. So, you know, it's not a terrible timeout in that situation. The only bad thing is it leaves you with 1. You know, and the way the women's game is those timeouts become gold at the end of the game because those allow for advancement. So you get inside of, 30 seconds, and there's a heck of a lot different inbounding the ball at the 10-second line versus back at the other way, because a turnover here doesn't hurt you nearly as bad as it does underneath your own basket.
The lead is 7 for Rocky. 51 left to be played in the game. Rocky has the ball. Skylights with the full court pressure. Wasson, Leckvold. They'll double up on Gracie. Get it across to Wasson. 99 seconds to be played in our first semifinal game of the day. Leckvold. Up on top, Isabel Haga. 6'4" freshman. Shot clock at 1. Gracie, no. Tip, yes. Wow, that was big.
That's a huge follow, and smart play by Leckvold, knowing where the shot clock was and getting the rim, and then your best player underneath the basket getting a big follow.
Foreigner, Williamson, his bad horse, working hard to get free. Wow. She is so good. She's only a junior from Lame Deer. 16 points in a game, had 19 in the game yesterday. And now the Skylights are forced to foul and send Rocky to the free throw line. Moran is 73% free throw shooter on the season. Rocky, as a team, they shoot 76%.
Yeah, and again, a subtle difference between the men's game and the women's game, and this is a high school rule. These free throws are 2 now, which I think can make it a little bit difficult for a comeback. I've mixed emotions. I think I always like the one-on-one because it makes you have to make free throws.
And those were big. 9-point lead, Rocky. 50 seconds left to be played. Melcher trying to get free. They're trying to get a 3, and there's his bad horse. Short, and Gracie almost had the rebound slapped out. It'll be Rocky ball.
Yeah, Leckvold heady, her ability to find the ball is pretty uncanny. Uncanny. I don't know what word that would be. In cans.
Wasson on the inbounds. 36 seconds to go. Moran doubled up. Are they going to foul or not? Gracie.
Yeah.
There's the foul. Boy, that took a while.
Yeah, it did. I think you want to try to get one steal. They doubled there, try to get one, but then you have to take one.
Gracie Leckvold, free throw line, 13 points in the game for Gracie, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. What a career for Gracie. 4th in the conference this year in steals, 3rd in assists, over 1,000 career points. Coach Wes Keller calls her the heart and soul of the team. And boy, that is so true. Melcher, fall away 3, air ball. Wasson the rebound, and no need to foul here. Paige Wasson, and they're going to let this one run out. 61-51 is going to be the final score. Rocky behind at the end of 1. They were behind at the break. The game was tied in the 3rd, and Rocky will advance to the Frontier Conference Championship. They win it by 10, 61-51.
Time sure flies when you're having fun. Our lives are made up of working through the day-to-day, supporting the ones we love, and enjoying those special moments that make it all worthwhile. As Montanans, we are resilient, resourceful, and all about preserving our way of life that we are proud to say defines us. At Stockman Bank, our sole focus is serving the people of Montana. We are Montana's brand of banking. We are Stockman Bank.
At Benefice Orthopedic Center of Montana, we offer same-day appointments and advanced treatments to help get you back to rolling. A tradition of advanced care. Learn more at benefice.org.
The regular season conference champions, Rocky, had to come back to win this one, and they advanced to the championship. Sydney Deathman with 25 points in the game. You know, that first half was not pretty, a defensive battle.
Yeah, and I think Northern, frankly, kind of ran out of gas. You know, you talked about West wanting the bye. I think there's a great reason why you want the bye is because you were able to stay fresh. They stuck together. They fought through it. You know, it wasn't pretty, but you know, I'd say the second half they played really, really well and frankly proved they were the better team.
Let's go to the play of the game. The Quit Now Montana play of the game. Great tip by Sydney Deathman.
Yeah, and that was what she did really, really well, obviously. It's just her ability to hang around. You know, she never got frustrated. Obviously, having your 2 seniors involved in that play, Gracie Leckvold going to the rim, misses, but Deathman, right position, gets the follow.
And guess who's our player of the game with 25 points? That would be number 2 from Brockton, Montana. Sydney Deathman, double teamed, still able to score. She did it on the inside, and she did it on the outside as well. A big, big game, and it came on a big afternoon for the Rocky women.
Yeah, efficient, 11 of 16 from the floor. You know, never ever really seemed like she was concerned about what the score was. Continued to play through a lot of adversity, and you know, played with 4 fouls. You know, in the fourth quarter, which she managed really, really well. And Wes Keller did a good job of managing her too. But you know, having a kid like that, you feel really comfortable putting her back in with 4.5 minutes with 4 fouls because you know she's going to do the right thing for you.
Well, we have 3 more semifinal games left, and the game 1 in the books as Rocky wins it over the Skylights. The final score 61-51.